And we are live. If you guys can see me, let me know inside the chat room. I know we have quite a few people getting on now. And there was actually someone who emailed me saying they couldn't get in. So let me try to get this person in here, and we're going to get started in just a second. Just to make sure I have my emails open in case anybody is having any issues. But if you guys could let me know if you can see or hear me in the chat room, right here on side, you hear me. Just want to make sure we're rocking and rolling before we get into the training. Let's see. Yo, we can see you. Awesome. Woohoo! All right. Let me just make sure this other person can see me as well. Go here. So I know someone else was having issues, but I'm glad the rest of you were able to get on. So let me just make sure we have everybody here. All right. Awesome. All right, well, welcome Angie and Avram and Nikki, Jose and Javon and Regina, Reddy, Stacy, Trina, Valerie, Isaiah. I know that you guys are watching, so awesome. So I hope you guys are excited because I'm excited. So what I want to start off with is how I even got started with Instagram, okay? When I first got introduced to Instagram, and everybody was telling me, you need to use Instagram, you need to use Instagram, you need to use Instagram. And I was like, but I just think that this posting pictures is just so stupid, right? It was just dumb to me to just sit there posting pictures on your app all day long. I just thought it was dumb. And then I had a few people actually telling me that they started getting leads and making sales. So the little switch went off, and I was like, really? So if I hear that somebody's getting results with it, or several people are getting results with it, I'm going to dig into it and tap into it and try to see if I can figure it out myself. And so I got in to Instagram and I started playing around, and lo and behold, within I think my first week or two of using it, the leads that I was getting went from, I think I was getting around 15 to 20 leads a day, and it shot all the way up to 40, 50, 60, sometimes even 80. There was one day that I got up to 150 leads in one day from Instagram. So when I saw those numbers, I was super excited. You would not believe. And so, from that, and this was about 8 months ago, from that point, I was in my company. I know there's a lot of people on here that are in my company, and there's a lot of people on here that are in other companies, other network marketing companies. But either way, this is going to work for you because it doesn't matter, and you'll see why once we go through this training. But I kind of wanted to share with you first, before we get started, how this whole Instagram marketing came about, so that you know kind of like the history of it. And so once I started using it 8 months ago, if you guys are in my company, you'll see that I was consistently at the top 10 on the leaderboards for total signups, consistently for the past 8 months. And every now and then I'll drop off because maybe the lead flow will slow down, and then it'll pick up again. And before you just know that when you're starting Instagram, there's going to be tons of leads coming in. There's going to be tons of sales coming in, but you also have to understand that you are also going to have days, maybe even a couple of weeks, where you get no sales. And really that comes with marketing, that comes with the territory. And sometimes you have to tweak things. Sometimes you have to maybe change the username, maybe change the title on the capture page, maybe change the video, you know, there's so many things, elements that comes into Instagram marketing on the front end and on the back end that with just a little tweak, everything can change. And we'll talk about those little tweaks as we're going through those training, the training tonight. But I was just simply amazed and blown away by the quality of the leads, right? Because we go out there and we do different kind of marketing strategies, like, you know, the Facebook PPC and solo ads, and even maybe some YouTube marketing out there, whether it be, you know, SEO or YouTube PPC. And all of those things are great and they work. Blogging, all of them are great. But there's something about Instagram that lets you target to a very specific niche, which is something that I absolutely love. So over the course of the past 8 months, I've done a ton of tweaking, a ton of testing, a ton of just a whole bunch of different things, just little tweaks here and there to try to figure out what do I need to do to make it work even better. And so I don't consider myself a master, even though I have kind of mastered it. I just feel that there's still more room for growth, because with Instagram, I'm always learning. There's always new tricks and tips and ticks. I can't speak English. There's always tips and tricks, you know, that I'm finding, that I'm just pulling from different things that I find online, on YouTube, things that I come up with my own brain, things that when I have masterminds with my team, we get together and we, you know, come up with little ideas to kind of try and test and things like that. So everything that I'm going to share with you tonight has been tested, it's been proven, and I promise you that if you go out there and you implement exactly what I'm going to be teaching you tonight, you will start getting leads and sales with Instagram. And here's my big jug of water, because I'm going to need it, because I'm going to do a lot of talking tonight. So give me 1 second. Just give me 1 minute. I will be right back. If you guys need to go get some water, get your notepad, lock the kids away and the dog away, do whatever you got to do, I will be right back in less than 30 seconds. Okay, sorry. I had to make sure all my doors were closed, and my cell phone is turned off and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. I am going to go ahead and share my screen now. Let's see. Okay, I just need to ask you guys if you can actually see my screen. Just let me know if you guys could see my screen. If anybody could just say yes. I know there's probably a little delay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in, and I'll check the chat room in a second, just to make sure that you guys could see my screen and that everything is okay. So, you know, I had a couple of questions that came in about me, you know, just going over the overall concept of Instagram. Many of you already know what Instagram is. It's just basically posting pictures all day. That's pretty much the gist of it, right? But there's a strategic way to get the prospect to your Instagram account, to your page, okay? And what I want to do right now is, just give me 1 second and let me pull up, I should have had this document ready already, but I forgot. I just want to make sure this document that I pull up, that I do not forget anything, because there's so much that I want to share with you guys tonight, and I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. Let me see. Okay, perfect. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is hashtags. Okay, Instagram is based on hashtags. Okay, that's what people are using when they're posting the pictures. Hashtags is how you're going to find your prospects. Hashtags are how your prospects are going to find you. Okay, so I want you to think of hashtags like if you're doing SEO on your blog, or if you're doing SEO on your YouTube videos. Hashtag is kind of the same way, except you don't have to do any SEO or anything like that. However, when you are marketing on Instagram, and when you're going to be creating these niche accounts that I'm going to show you how to do tonight, you have to understand that every single account that you create has to be a specific target market. Like, you have to really, really hone in on pictures. I'm hearing a feedback. I don't know what that was about. But you really have to hone in on who your niche is, who your target market is, which we're going to talk about a little bit tonight too. You really need to figure out who your target market is, because whoever that target market is, if it's just like one niche, right? One niche, then you have to have an Instagram account for one niche. I've tested and tried having one Instagram account that targeted a whole bunch of different niches, and honestly, it doesn't work. Okay, if it does, I mean, if you do get leads, they come in very slowly. If you do make sales, it's probably once in a blue moon. Okay, so if you want to get leads, targeted leads, and if you want to make sales on a consistent basis, I'm talking about daily. Okay, I'm talking about daily leads and daily sales. You have to, without a doubt, know who your target market is, because that is the most important piece of this puzzle, of this Instagram puzzle. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do when I am doing my my research for hashtags or keywords, right, is I go to this website right here. You might want to jot this down. It's called Iconosquare. You can see the spelling right here, iconosquare.com. And right here at the top of this, right here next to this where it says search, that's where you're going to put in your niche or your keyword, okay? So I'm going to start out with a couple of random keywords off the top of my head, but I also want you guys to throw some ideas to me inside of the chat room, because I want this to be an interactive workshop. So if you guys have a specific target market, maybe you don't want to throw out all of them, but maybe there's just one that you want to kind of just, hey, here's an idea, or, you know, whatever. Just throw that inside of the chat room so that I can take those ideas and we can kind of do our research together, so we can look at the numbers and see what we're working with. The Google Plus logo covers up the domain bar. Let me see. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it here, but it's ICONO. Actually, you know what? I will just paste it inside the chat room so you guys can have the link to the Iconosquare. So there you go. I just posted it in the chat room, so that's the link directly to the Iconosquare. Okay. So throw some ideas at me inside the chat room for maybe some ideas that you're having in your head, but I'll get back to you guys in a second, because again, I know that I'm probably on a delay by the time I get back to that chat room. So I'm just going to throw an idea out there. Okay, maybe I'll throw about 2 or 3 different ideas, and we can kind of go through them together and see what numbers we're working with and what numbers we want to target on Instagram. Now, when I type in these words, the numbers that it's going to show me is the number of photos that have been hashtagged for that particular keyword. Okay, so let me show you an example. Let's say, for example, I was targeting paleo diet. Okay, so paleo. Okay, it's kind of There we go. It's basically a diet. Okay, so if you were, let's say, in the health niche, or maybe you had a love for paleo, right? Because this is about creating Instagram accounts that you have a love for. And even if you don't have a love for it, you can still create a niche account. You don't have to be in love with that particular niche. But if you have an idea, hey, why not? Do the search and see if the numbers are good. Now, as you can see here, I'm going to actually make my screen a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. So as you can see here, paleo diet, right? Look how many photos. Look how many photos. If you guys can see, there's no comment here, but it's 3.5 million people, or not people, but 3.5 million photos have been hashtagged with the word paleo. So like hashtag paleo, right? Hashtag paleo diet, hashtag paleo lifestyle, hashtag paleo life. Look at all of these hashtags. When I do my research, these are the kind of numbers that I'm looking for. If we scroll down a little bit, well, this hashtag is so good that even the lowest number is really, really good. We're talking about in the 5,000. But if these numbers were low, like, you know, let's say 300, 400, 1,000, I wouldn't even bother, because you're not going to be able to hit that target market if the keyword or the hashtag has very few photos, very few people that have hashtagged that particular keyword. Okay, so paleo is one idea. Okay, so Javon says Younique, which is a network marketing company. So let's look for Younique. Okay, so I will put in Younique. Let's see what Younique is getting. And again, you can get so creative with this process. This right here is how you make your money. You want to make money? You want to be rich? Market to a niche. Okay, write that down. You want to be rich? Market to a niche. So this is a niche, and it's a good one, because look at this. It has literally thousands of people, or I keep saying people, thousands of photos that have been hashtagged with these kind of like unique, this is the makeup, the 3D mascara or whatever. You'll see that it's getting thousands and thousands of people. So if you wanted to target, let's say, unique reps, maybe you're trying to teach them how to build their business or whatever, you can actually use all of these hashtags that you see right here. Okay. Now, this is a very small niche because it's a network marketing company. But when we talk about, bigger, broader stuff, like, let's say, raw foods, we'll put raw food, you'll see that it jumps because the niche is just so huge. Look at this. Huge, right? Okay. So let me go grab another one really quickly. Yoga. Okay. Let's go for yoga. Yoga. Okay, internet, let's go. Okay, it's going. Okay, here we go. So let's see what yoga is looking like. Okay, here's yoga. Now, you'll notice that not a lot of, there's no list. In other words, there's only one yoga. Would I still market to this? Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Let's look at something else. Let's say Pilates. Okay. Let me grab some other ones here. Nikki says, Avram says writers. Okay. Let's look at the Pilates one. Look at all those thousands and thousands of people are using that. So if I wanted to target Pilates people and specifically talk to them and create an account around Pilates, and I'm going to show you some examples of mine tonight. Let's type in writer. Okay, look at this. Thousands of people. Writer's block, writer's community, writer's life, writer problems, writer community, writer's movement. Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk to writers, hey, talk to writers. right? So as you can see, I know that some of you were posting some other stuff. Let's see. Yoga, dancers. Yep, let's look for dancers real quick, and I'll make this the last one and we can move on to the next section. But I just want you guys to see, when you start doing your hashtag research, look at this, dancers. And you can be talking to all of these dancers. There's thousands of photos that are being hashtagged for that particular niche. Come on. Sorry, guys, my puppy Rusty was scratching on the door. He wanted to come inside and hang out with us. All right, so let's move on to the next one, but I wanted to point out the importance of doing your research on these specific niches and keywords, because you just got to make sure that they're getting thousands of pictures that have been hashtagged, because if they're not, your results are not going to be that good. Okay, so you got to make sure that, you know, they're in the thousands or even millions. I like to do the thousands and the millions because it's, you know, a better chance of you reaching out to more people. Okay, so the higher the number that you see on this page, the better it is. All right, so let's move on to the second part, which is creating email accounts. I'm going to talk about the email accounts inside of Instagram. If you're going to be creating, go back to Instagram here. If you're going to be creating several Instagram accounts, like for example, for me, I have 21 Instagram accounts. When it comes to Instagram, obviously, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but each Instagram is assigned to its own email address, right? Just like Facebook, you can't have one email address and have a bunch of accounts like you can on YouTube. With YouTube, you can have one email address, but you can have a bunch of accounts, YouTube accounts inside of that one email address. Instagram is not like that. Same with Facebook, okay? So here's a tip, and you might want to write this down too. Do not use Gmail. And there's a reason why. And I'm going to explain that reason now. When I first started out with Instagram, okay? First of all, before I even tell you that, let me just explain this to you. Your app, like Instagram, is an app-based marketing strategy, okay? And your app that you install on your cell phone, the Instagram app that you put on your cell phone, it only allows you to create up to 5 Instagram accounts with 5 Instagram accounts on one app. Okay, so which means you'll have to have 5 email addresses, which is fine, right? But the thing with, and you can create multiple Gmail accounts, you can, but at some point, if you're going to be creating a lot like I do, you're going to run out of Gmail accounts. Here's what I mean. Gmail is assigned to your cell phone number or your house number or whatever number that you give it. You know, when you sign up for a Gmail account, you have to assign it to a number when you're registering for a new account. And what happens is, because I literally have tons of email accounts, like on the phone number that I have now, the cell phone number that I have now, I've already maxed out the number of email accounts that I'm allowed to have. I'm sorry, Gmail accounts that I'm allowed to have using my cell phone number. Okay, so that's the reason why I don't use Gmail anymore, because after a while, you're going to get a message saying, sorry, you can't create any more Gmail accounts with this number. So you'll have to go out and you'll have to find another number. So if you have like a spouse or, you know, a kid that has a cell phone number, you want to use that, you can still do that. But after a while, that one's going to run out too. And if you create a lot of Instagram accounts like I do, you're going to get sick and tired of trying to find a new number to you create these accounts. So when I figured that out, when I ran into that snafu, and I realized that I can only create a certain amount of Gmail accounts with that one particular phone number, whether it was my cell phone or my house phone or my husband's cell phone or whatever, eventually I'm going to run out. So I discovered Hotmail. Hotmail is what I use now for my Instagram accounts. And with Hotmail, you can create unlimited accounts with your phone number, okay? The only thing is that, and this is not even a big problem, this is like a small problem, but I wanted to put it out there so that you guys know. Hotmail only allows you to create 3 Hotmail accounts a day. No biggie, because you could do 3 today, 3 tomorrow, 3 the next day, and you're good to go. So right now, all of my accounts are on Hotmail, and all of the accounts that I'll be creating more of in the future, all the Instagram accounts, will be on Hotmail. Okay, so don't use Gmail. I mean, you can, but eventually you're going to run out, and you're gonna, you know, this is kind of like the backup plan. So you can use up all your Gmail accounts if you want to, but if you do, just know that you're going to run out, and you can come to Hotmail and create 3 more a day if you wanted to. Okay, so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about as far as creating email accounts. Just know that for each Instagram account that you create, you're going to need a new email account. Okay, so now that you have created your email account, okay, so let's say you did your keyword research, you did your hashtag research, you have, let's say, 10 ideas, 10 Instagram accounts that you want to create, okay? The problem is that your app only allows you to create 5. Now what? That's another problem that I ran into that I kind of figured out, right? So now what? Well, there's a solution, and it's called Fiverr. Okay, so we're going to hop on over to Fiverr. And before I do that, let me see. Okay, I just turned up my screen for a second because I have to go into my email account real quick and grab this Fiverr link. And then I'll put my screen back on. Okay. All right, so my screen is back on, and here is, and I'm going to actually put this link inside of the chat room in just a second also, but let me talk a little bit about Fiverr and why I use them. Well, it's clear, it's obvious why I use them. Our apps on our phone will not allow us to add more than 5 accounts, right? So if you're going to be creating tons of different Instagram accounts for tons of different niches, well, you need more than 5 Instagram accounts, okay? And so this person right here, and this is actually a new person that my assistant actually stumbled upon, and she sent me the link the other day. I personally have not used this person, but if you can see, this person has tons of reviews, recent ones that came in about 2 hours ago, a day ago. So I like to look at reviews to make sure that the person is legit. Now, again, we just stumbled upon this person a couple of days ago, so I didn't get a chance to use her yet. The reason why I like this person here is because she says, I will give you 11 Instagram accounts for $5. The other people that I've been using only set up 1 Instagram account for $5. So that's why I'm excited to be working with this person right now, which her username is bestseller1 without the E. I'm excited to be working with her because now I get to order 11 Instagram accounts for $5 versus $5 each account. Okay, so let me go ahead and put this. In the chat room. Make sure you save these links as we're going through the training. Okay, there you go. Okay, Javon, I'm not sure what tribe member you're talking about, but this is for paid members only. So Yeah, everybody that's supposed to be on here now is on. So I don't know, anything about that. Okay, so let's go back to, okay, here we go. So what you want to do is before you place your order with this Instagram person, what you're going to do, so for example, if she's giving you 11, then you're going to start with 11 Instagram accounts. So what you need to do first is go create 11 Hotmail accounts. And remember what I said before, you can only create 3 a day. So the first thing that you need to be doing is creating your 11 email accounts. So 3 today, 3 the following day, and so on until you get 11 Hotmail accounts. Okay, once you have gathered your 11 Hotmail accounts, which by the way, make sure that you put everything on. I usually just use Google Docs. I have a Google Doc with all of my passwords, my usernames, my Gmail, my Hotmail accounts with the usernames. This is like the most important document for your Instagram marketing. If you lose this document, you are screwed. Because I've done it, okay? I've done it before where I forgot to add an account to that document and I completely forgot what the username was. I couldn't figure out what email it was associated with. I couldn't figure out the password or anything, and I had to start from scratch with that email. So what you want to do is if you create your Hotmail accounts, make sure you save the address and the password, put that on a document, okay? And then what you're going to do is once you have that document and you start, when this person starts creating the Instagram accounts for you, you're going to keep those username and passwords on that document as well, okay? And I'll show you how to do that in a second, how to organize it so that it's easy to just kind of look up and log in and out every day. And I'll get to that in just a second. So, okay. Let's see. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to send this person, when you click order now, right? I'll just go ahead and click the order now. When you click the order now, it's going to take you to PayPal. So you can use PayPal, you can use Visa, you can use Bitcoin or whatever, and then just continue. I usually do it through PayPal because it's the easiest. When you place the order, you're going to get an email, instantly an email from Fiverr saying that you just placed your order. When you do that, it's going to ask you to reply back and give this seller the details of your Instagram accounts, and that's where you need to give her the email. Okay, so let me paint the picture for you. Let's say you created a yoga niche. You wanted to do a yoga Instagram account, and your username for the Instagram account was, let's say, yoga profits, yoga_profits. Well, you created an email address, right? Maybe it's called yogaprofits@hotmail.com, right? That's the email address that's associated with that Instagram account. So what you'll do is you'll give her the email address. Because remember, she has to take that email address and create your accounts with that email address for that account. So you give her the email address and you give her the username and password that you want for that account. Now, what I usually do, you can give it to her, but what I usually do is I just give her some random a random username and password that I'm not going to use, that I'm going to log in after she gives me my account, and I'm going to change it to what I really want it to be. That's what I would suggest that you do. You don't have to do it that way, but that's how I do it, because I don't know this person on Fiverr. I don't want her having access to my username and password for Instagram, right? I want to have complete control of that once she gives me my Instagram accounts back. So I just give her a fake username and a fake password, and when she creates the account, she's going to say she's going to send it back to you. She's going to say it's done, and then you're going to log into that account. You're going to confirm it. When you change that username and password, you can leave the email as is, but when you create the new username for Instagram and the new password for Instagram, You're going to get an email, which in this case, you'll have to check that Hotmail account to confirm it. Once that's done, it's done. Okay, so your Instagram account is done. You have 11 Instagram accounts. You just go in and you give it the username and password that you really want for it. Okay, and just make sure. Let's talk a little bit about. Okay, so it's going to be your email here, right? So your email at hotmail.com. And this is the way I organize my accounts moving forward, okay? Every time I create a new account, I just add it to this list. Again, you can use Google Docs. And the reason why I say use Google Docs, here's a tip. If you are out and about, let's say you're, I don't know, traveling or whatever, and you have it on a notepad on your computer, that's not going to help you. Remember, Instagram app is on your phone. So therefore, you need to get access to your username and passwords for each account if you're going to be out and about and you want to start uploading to each account. So therefore, that is the reason why I use Google Docs, because I have the Google Docs app on my phone. So I'll just open it up and go back and forth, logging in and out. I have my username and password list right there for each account. Okay, so I would recommend using Google Docs for that, and then also installing the Google Docs onto your cell phone so that you could, it's easier for you to log in, log out, and kind of go back and forth between the doc and logging into each account. So, you know, it's easier on the eyes, basically, because all you're doing is going back and forth. So what I do here is I put my email address, and then I put well, I'm sorry, not the email address. This goes at the bottom. The first thing is going to be the Instagram username, right? The password for the Instagram account, and then the email address, and then the password to that email address. Okay, so username, Instagram password, email address, and the email password. And then I just go like this, and then I do it again. Okay, so the next Instagram account that I have, I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to create a new one. And so this is going to go on for each Instagram account. And then, again, this is going to be the most important document of this whole thing. I've had people come to me saying, "Oh my God, I didn't change the password, or I changed it. I changed the username and I forgot to put it on the document, and now I can't get back in." Well, I told you. Make sure that if you're going to be changing usernames, you change it on the doc. If you're going to be changing email addresses, you put the new email address on the doc, or changing the passwords, make sure you change it on the doc, because this doc is what you're going to be using on a daily basis. Treat it like gold because it is. It's your moneymaker. This document is the most important piece of document in your Instagram marketing. It has all the information that you need to be logging in, because there's no way you can remember all of the username and passwords if you have 21 Instagram accounts like I do, right? I look at my doc every single day. Okay, so super, super duper important. Next thing we're going to talk about is creating your autoresponder and follow-up campaigns. Why is this important, and what the heck does this have to do with Instagram? This has a lot to do with Instagram. Your email address, your email autoresponder campaigns is what's going to make you your sales. That's why it's important, because it's not just about, getting the person to your Instagram account, right? It's not about that, which we're going to talk about how to get the person to your Instagram account in just a second. But we need to talk about the back end stuff a little bit, because that's where the sales are going to come into play. That's where they're going to come into play. So I wanted to go over a few things on what I do with my email autoresponders, because this is really the first thing that you need to set up for each niche. Because remember, your email autoresponder is what's going to be talking to that person, to that niche, to that target market. So this is the first thing that you need to start creating. So what you would do is you just go into your Aweber, GetResponse, whatever it is that you're using, and start with at least 3 just to get it going. And then over time you can add another one, maybe one email every few days or once a week or whatever. But you're going to build that autoresponder up to about maybe 7 to 10 autoresponder emails. Okay, and every time you create a new list inside of your autoresponder, all you're going to do is copy and paste if you're targeting to the same niche. So, for example, for me, I have 2 different sides of my businesses. I have network marketers that I target to, and I also have different kind of niches that I target to, like people who are into CrossFit, people who are into scrapbooking, okay? So I'm not going to talk to the people that are looking for a business opportunity the same way that I would talk to a network marketer who's looking to learn how to build their business online. It's 2 different markets, it's 2 different languages. Okay, so my language and my message is going to be completely different. Let me just make sure. Okay. Just want to make sure there was no important questions coming through or that I lost you guys or anything like that. Let me grab some water really quickly. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what goes on in the autoresponder. Now, here's what I want you to do, guys. I want you to write your own autoresponders. Okay, I'm not a big believer of the whole copy and paste thing or whatever. I mean, if you want to do that, that's your thing. By all means, go ahead and do it. I believe in writing your own emails and putting your own personality into it, your own story into it, and really getting people to know who you are. Remember, regardless of the fact that these people may be following you on your Instagram account, at the end of the day, they're still strangers and they don't know you. So if you don't allow them to get to know you, because the only way they're going to get to know you is through your emails. Because through your emails is where you're going to be connecting with them on Facebook. You're going to be sending them to your blog, maybe to watch some videos, maybe to get on a hangout of yours. That's where the relationship develops, is through emails. So that's why before you even think about starting the Instagram accounts and getting them up and running, you got to understand that your autoresponder, your autoresponder for each niche, for each target market is the most, just like the document with the username and passwords, that's what's going to make the sales. Okay, your emails is going to it's what's going to make the sales. So I want to talk a little bit about, let me erase this here. I want to talk a little bit about a few things. I'm not going to go into writing the email for you because that's your job. Okay, as an entrepreneur, it's your job. What I am going to do is tell you some of the things that I put inside of my emails that have worked great for me. Okay, and this is in no particular order. You can put it in whatever order you want. I'm just going to throw some stuff out there that I actually use inside of my business right now that works. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I have a Facebook group. Okay, and I have one Facebook group. Okay, and what I do is I add all those people coming in through the niches to connect with me in my mastermind group. Okay, so it's like mastermind with Lisa Torres, or you mastermind with whatever your name is, or whatever it is that you want to call the group, you call it. Okay, so one of the things I say inside of my emails is, hey, thanks for connecting with me on Instagram. I'm so excited that you made a decision to, check out this training or whatever it is that you offered them on the capture page, which we're going to get into later. The first things first, let's connect on Facebook. Here's where you can ask, come hang out with me and some other, entrepreneurs, people that are, building their business, or whatever it is, the verbiage is. So you send them to that Facebook group to connect. Okay. The second thing that I do is, and I usually put this part in my PS signature. I'll say something like, PS, if you have any questions, go here. Go here to ask me now. And this go here to ask me now is usually a clickable link. You know, this sentence right here is a clickable link, and it goes to my fan page. Okay, so the reason why I do that is because of two things. Number one, I get a new like, right? So I'm building my fan page. And number two is they're going to send me a message on my fan page. And when they do that, they are going to actually be able to look at all of my updates from my fan page, and they're going to be able to get to know me a little bit better. On my fan page, I have links to my blog, links to my CAP pages, links to workshops that I've done, motivational stuff, results. Like, I have so many things on my fan page that if they just scroll down, they'll just get inspired just from that alone, let alone what they're going to be getting inside of the group. Right? So I'm connecting with them both ways. So not only are they going to be getting my email follow-up campaigns and my daily broadcasts, but they're also going to, you know, if they're on Facebook, which most people are, they're also be going to, they are also going to be getting updates when I update my fan page and when I update my Facebook group. Okay? So super, super, super important. And a little tip that I put here, you know, if you have any questions, go here or whatever. Sometimes I'll say something like, please understand that my time is super valuable to me. So please don't ask questions that I have already answered before. Because sometimes I'll get people inboxing me, asking me the same questions that either they already asked me before or that was already covered in the video that I sent them to in the first place. Okay? Or sometimes I'll put something like, hold on, let me put this space down here. Sometimes I'll say something like, please do not message me unless you're serious about joining. This kind of weeds out the looky-loos. It weeds out the people that just want to pretty much waste your time. And honestly, I don't have time to waste. It's either you're gonna inbox me because you're gonna message me on Facebook because you have questions because you're serious, or you're gonna play games with me. So I put it out there that, listen, my time is valuable, you know, don't play games with me, basically. So you say it in kind of a nice way. So I usually put that in my PS signature, and I'll go back and forth depending on my mood for that day, which one that I'm going to use. But you can play around with this, you know, type it out the way whatever you want to do here. You know, the bottom line is getting them back to your fan page and getting them to like it, and also getting them to ask you a question over there. And believe it or not, I get tons of people going over there and asking me questions all the time. At least 2 or 3 people every single day send me a message on Facebook because of that PS signature. Okay. Another thing that I also put inside of my emails is I speak to the market. So, for example, let's say, okay, Javon said unique. Okay, let's say I was targeting unique reps, right? Well, if that list is specifically for unique reps, then I'm going to talk to unique reps. Okay, so my verbiage inside of my email is going to say something like, you know, hey, you're looking to build your unique business. Okay, I'm excited to help you start getting results inside of your business, or whatever. So you're talking specifically to that niche. If it was something like maybe you're talking to, let's say one of my niches is CrossFit people, right? People that are into CrossFit. I would say something like, hey, I'm so excited that you made a decision to check out this system that's going to help you make more money so that you can enjoy more financial and time freedom to enjoy your CrossFit passion. Okay, so you play around with the verbiage. Just make sure that speak to the niche, speak to the market, speak to them. You know, talk about pain. What are they struggling with? What are they struggling with, right? Talk to them about that. Share your story. And even if you don't have a results-based story, you still have a story. You still have a story. You still have a passion to want to help them with whatever it is that you're trying to help them with. Okay? So you want it to be as personal and as friendly as humanly possible. Okay? Because remember, this first, especially the first email, because I've looked at my stats inside of my autoresponder, and my first emails are usually have the highest open rate. So you want to make sure that the very first email that you send them is very personable. You're inviting them to, your fan page. You're saying, hey, connect with me. You're speaking to the target market. You're tapping into their pain and struggles. You're sharing your story. These are the kind of things that has to go inside of that email, that very first email. And then maybe you can share a little bit of your story again in another email, but after that, it's going to be more like teaching them something, inspiring them to do something, inspiring them to take action, painting the bigger picture for them, right? Because maybe they don't understand. Maybe they don't understand why they need to join your business or buy your product and service. That's where the other emails come into play. So you have to get creative when it comes to writing your emails. But just make sure that the number one thing that you do is that first email has to have at least some of these things that you see right here, or if you can think of any other things that you want to add in there, feel free. But remember, write your own emails. Show your personality. Don't be afraid to ask them to do a specific something that you want them to do. Okay? And finally, if they're coming here and they're getting that email, again, this is in no particular order. I'm just telling you the stuff that I usually talk about inside my emails. I'm always pointing them back to where they came from. Point them back to where they came from. What do I mean by that? That means that if you have a capture page and you sent that person to, let's say, a bridge page that had your video on it, well, that's the video that you want to send them back to. Okay? Hey, hey, thanks for checking out my Instagram account. So excited that you connected with me on Instagram. It's Lisa. And, maybe highlight, underline, or link, it's Lisa, your name. It's Abramaniki. Link that back to your Instagram account so that when they do click it, right, it goes back to that. I'm sorry, not to your Instagram account, to your bridge page. Link them back to your bridge page because they need to remember where they came from. Okay, don't link them back to your Instagram account. Link them back to what they got there for in the first place, which was the first thing that they saw, which was your bridge page after they gave you their email address. Okay, this is a way for them to trigger, or remembering, oh yeah, I remember seeing this video already. Oh yeah, right? So you want to point them back to where they came from in that first email as well. This is pretty much it. And then throughout the rest of the emails, again, you can create 3 email follow-up campaigns. You can create 7, 10, 12. It's totally up to you how many you want to create. Obviously, the more that you have, the better. And I usually set them out to go out once a day for the first at least 7 days. Once a day, 7 days. On top of that, they're also getting my daily broadcast. So they're getting a few emails from me several times a day. Now, I've gotten people that I've taught this to before that have literally told me, oh, I'm not going to be sending them an email every day. I'm going to set mine to go out once a week or twice a week. Well, I can't promise you that you're going to get the kind of results that I'm getting if you do it that way, right? Because, listen, people are getting flooded with so many emails inside of their Gmail, Hotmail, whatever it is that they're using account, that if they don't consistently see you there, guess what? They're going to see someone else and they're going to buy from them and they're going to join them. So if you're not constantly in their face, adding valuable content to them, valuable information, guess what? Someone else will, and that person might just be me. Because I have tons of Instagram accounts and I plan on creating tons more for various different niches. So where you won't, someone else will. And again, that person just might be me if you're not on top of your game, on top of your subscribers. Because, you know, there's going to be some subscribers that curse you out and unsubscribe from you and call you all different kind of names. But who cares? You weren't there to talk to them in the first place. Okay? I don't get, you know, 2 to 5, and even sometimes I got 14 sales in a day. I don't get those kind of results by sending 1 email a week. I get those kind of results for consistently adding value to my list. So if you're not doing that and you're afraid to do that, well, then guess what? You're probably going to be out of business very soon. Stay on top of your game, because remember, where you won't, someone else will. So don't be foolish. Okay, so that's a little bit about the follow-up campaigns. The next thing we want to talk about is creating your bridge page. Okay, now let me go back to our Hangout here, just to make sure that there's no questions. Okay, before we even move forward, I'm going to grab some water. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and post them inside of the group, and I'll check them in just a minute. But let me, I'm like dying of thirst right now because I'm talking so much. Okay, so again, I'm on a delay, so I probably won't see the chat questions coming through right now. So I will just continue on with the training, and I'll come back and see if there's any questions, and then I'll stop and answer them. So the bridge page. Now, the bridge page is basically the page that you take them to as soon as they put in their email address from your capture page. Okay, it's the very first thing that they do. Now, I've tested and I've tweaked various different strategies. Some of them were great, some of them were complete and total disasters. What I found was to keep it simple. Okay, so I don't know what business you're in. I don't know what product and service, you know, you are promoting, what business opportunity you're promoting. I know there's plenty of you that are in the same company as I am, right? And using the same system as me. So in this example, I'm just going to show you what you can do, okay? And you could just basically keep it really, really, really simple. Instagram is about simplicity. Okay, so let me see, where should I take you guys to? Okay, I am just gonna go and log into, let's see, I'm gonna go log into one of my accounts here. Oops, wait a minute. Let's see. Let me see if you guys have any questions in there. Do you do niched daily broadcast, or do you send the same broadcast to all? Usually the broadcasts are very generic, Valerie, because I don't have time to sit there and write, you know, if I have 20 niches, to write 20 different emails, that's too much. So I, for the most part, write one email. Now, if I'm doing, let's say I wanted to do some random hangout and invite one particular niche to talk to just one, you know, that particular niche, I would invite them to a hangout. So my verbiage would be to that niche, okay? But for the most part, the only thing that I have like niche related is the follow-up emails, which is why I suggest that you create as many as you can. So, you know, I said 7 to 12, go for 12, go for 15, because those emails are the ones that's going to be talking to the niche. Your daily broadcasts are what's going to be abroad, talking to all the niches, okay? Let's see. Do I have to have 11 emails set up before I have the seller My list. Yes, you have to have 11 email accounts, 11 Hotmail accounts set up first before you buy the Instagram accounts, because when you buy that Instagram, the 11 accounts from that person on Fiverr, you're going to have to send them 11 email addresses and 11 username and passwords that you want for her to create those accounts for. Okay, so you have to have the email addresses so that she can create the 11 accounts. So yes. Let me go log in here. Oops, I'm on the wrong site. Just give me a second, guys. Let's see if you guys are posting any more questions. Okay, no more questions coming through. All right. Okay, let me go to my links over here. So this is, again, what I'm showing you here is just an example. If you have another business opportunity, or if you have your own, maybe you have a product that you're trying to sell on Instagram, whatever it is, it's going to be different, but the concept is the same. It's a capture page that goes to a bridge page with a video of you. Then that also leads to a, your sales page, for your business opportunity or whatever it is. Okay. So what I show you here, just understand that this is for what I'm doing, but the concept is the same. Capture page, bridge page, sales page. Okay. In that order. So now if I can only remember which page I am using. Let me see this pre-sale one. Nope, this isn't it. Let me see. I don't remember which it's sitting at. I think it might be this one. Pre-sale. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Just give me 1 second while I figure out which one it is. I tried those last two already, I think. So might be this one. Let's see. No, it's not. And I'm going to try one more. If I don't find it, I can't remember which one I'm using. No. Okay. So anyway, I'm not going to waste time looking for it, but let's just pretend that this was my page, and what you see here, this video that's playing right here, is a video of me. Okay, so this would be the bridge page. This would be your bridge page. So whether you are using the same system that I'm using, or whether you're creating capture pages and bridge pages inside of lead pages, or whatever kind of capture page creator software that you're using, because there's tons of different ways to create a bridge page. The whole bottom line of a bridge page is to have a short video of yourself. Okay, a short video of yourself. I've tested different things. I have actually other things that I'm actually testing right now that I'm trying to see if they work better. Right now, some of the Instagram accounts that I have don't have a video of me at all. I completely took myself out of the equation, sending them directly to the sales page. So it's just something, like I said before, I'm constantly testing, I'm constantly tweaking, I'm constantly trying to figure out which works better for which niche, okay? What I found so far that works the best is having a capture page that leads to a bridge page, okay, that then leads to the sales page. So, for example, if this was a video of me after they opt in, they're gonna click here, and then they're gonna go to the sales page video and watch that over there, okay? So let me see. I'm probably gonna have to pause this.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I'll have to pause that. Let me go back to see if there's any questions left. Okay, no more questions. All right. So what we're going to do now is we are, again, bridge pages with videos completely optional, because there's several people that don't like doing videos. And if you don't like doing videos, fine. But from my experience, videos work the best. And here's why. People love videos. That's number one. And it's a way for you to be able to, for that prospect to see who you are, to see that you're an actual real person with a story, right? So your video it doesn't have to be this long 30-minute, 40-minute video. It could be a simple 3 to like 5 or 6 minutes long. Just basically introducing yourself. Maybe I prefer to do videos outside, outdoors. It's more appealing to me than sitting at a desk or sitting in a room with a messy bed in the background. You know what I mean? So it's just, I like the outdoors. And so for me, what's more appealing is to have a background with, that's outdoors. Another thing that you can do also, which I've tested works really well, and this really will only work for people who have results inside of their business, no matter if they're small results, no matter if they're big results. This is something that really works well too. If you're going to create a short video, here's something you can do that I found that works. You start the video off with you holding your own camera, right? It doesn't have to be crazy professional. It could just be from your cell phone with, I don't know, maybe you have a lake in the background or a beach or, snow. It doesn't even matter what the background is. As long as it's outdoors, to me, I just found that it works better. Then you can kind of segue that video, and that short introduction video could be maybe 2 minutes long. So if this is, in other words, if this is going to be a 5-minute video, make the first 2 minutes your short story. You can get a lot. You can say a lot. You can say a lot in 2 minutes. And then the next maybe 2 or 3 minutes could be you sharing your screen, showing the results that you've had using whatever it is. Okay, so if you're using a system to make money, show your results. Show them that, listen, I've been using this system. My mentor helped me with this system, blah, blah, blah. I've got the training from in here and blah, blah, blah. Here's the results that I've gotten so far with the system. You can log in your back office, show them your numbers. If you're selling like a weight loss thing and you lost weight with it, show them your before and after pictures. It doesn't matter. Just always remember to put an income disclaimer if you're sharing numbers, or any kind of disclaimer if you're, selling like a weight loss shake or something like that. Your company, whatever it is that you're promoting, you should always have some kind of disclaimer, because you can't always guarantee. It's not good for business for you to always guarantee that someone will absolutely 100% get a certain result, because it doesn't work like that. You know that. I know that. We all know that. It just doesn't work that way. So always share your income disclaimers as well, especially if you're sharing numbers. Okay. So that's pretty much it as far as bridge pages, capture pages. You guys should already know how to do that. The next thing we want to talk about is creating or customizing your Instagram accounts. Now, I'm going to pull up one of my Instagram accounts so we can kind of go through. We're going to get into automation and all of that stuff as well. Just let me pull up I got to pull up my little handy dandy notepad that I showed you about on my Google Docs that I have on my phone with my username and passwords. Remember we talked about that? That's why that document is important. So give me 1 second. Where's the app? I have so many apps on my phone. Let's see. Docs. Here we go. All right. See. Okay. So let me log into one of them, and I'll kind of show you what I've been doing, what I've been testing and tweaking, and what's working. This is where the fun stuff comes into play. So give me a second. What is it? My password. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So this is one of my, I'll go view my profile. This is one of my Instagram accounts where I am targeting people who are into CrossFit, okay? And with my business and what I do, the service that I offer and the training that, you know, the opportunity that we have is really, which is blogging, is really good for people who have any niche, that have a passion for any kind of thing, okay? In this example, these people are interested in CrossFit, okay? So, as you can see here, first things first, always use your picture, not a flower, not a dog, not your, you know, a bird, a book, your face, because remember, this is social media, so you want people to instantly get comfortable with seeing a face, okay? So it has to be your face. So, I mean, I've seen people that have taken my training before in the past, and when I go to look at their accounts and what they're doing when I'm coaching them, they have like anything else but their face. And I'm like, no. It has to be your face, okay? So when you are going into your Instagram account to upload this stuff here, oh, actually your picture, okay? You need to do that from your cell phone. You can't do it from this website. So your picture, I usually pull it from my Facebook account, and it will just pull it from your Facebook account that you're logged into on your phone. Super simple to do. So just log into your account after your Fiverr person gives it to you. The first thing that you want to do is put your picture up, okay? Then everything else, I come here to Instagram.com to change my usernames, to change my passwords. If I change my emails later, here's where I come to the Instagram account. The first thing that I do when I log into a brand spanking new account is that I go here, right up on the top right hand corner, you're going to see your username. And I don't know what's going on right now. It's like a slow. Hello. Okay, here you go. You just go to edit profile. Okay. And so you just basically fill this out. I usually just put, hey, it's Lisa. Here's the reason why I don't put my first and last name. I don't want everybody searching for me. So I just put something random here. Because anybody could just search and spy on my accounts, right? By just typing in Lisa Torres and then they find my accounts. So I just kind of put some random stuff right here. So I would suggest you just put a random stuff, because as you start getting big, as you start getting results, people are going to start spying on you and try to start snatching your ideas. And you don't want that. You want to keep your ideas to yourself. And really, there is no competition if you're consistently doing this the right way, so you don't have to worry about it. Here's my Hotmail account for this particular niche. Here's my username for this niche, my real phone number, and please don't call me. Don't spam my phone number, please. Here's my bio. Okay, so usually what I put, okay, in this example, since I'm promoting BizOp in this example on this site, I'm promoting a business opportunity. And so what I'm doing is I'm trying to get these CrossFit people to, and help them make money on the internet. Okay, and so my whole concept with this is and you'll see it through the pictures too, is to basically take what you love, and this is what I'm going to teach them inside. This is what I teach them inside: is take what you love, go find other people that love that same thing too, other CrossFit fanatics, market to them because you speak their language, you have your love for this, and show them that they can actually make money on the internet, right, by using the system that I use, actually. So it could be your system, whatever you're using. But in my case, hey, you have a love for CrossFit, come and learn how to make, $16.50 a day online using this system. And this is actually the link that you would put there, okay, for your Instagram account. And then once you're done with that, you just click submit and you're good to go. Okay, very super simple stuff to do. One thing I want to point out to you in the description is that make sure that in the description, as well as your username, okay, your username actually is the most important, because your username, when people start seeing your profile, before they even get to your profile, the very first thing that they're going to see is your username. It's kind of like, I want you to think about it as email marketing, right? If you are into email marketing and you're sending emails out to your list, if your subject titles, your subject lines are weak, no one's going to open it, right? So I want you to think of your Instagram usernames. I want you to get creative with them. Speak to the niche. Remember, everything that you do is about the niche. So mine is CrossFit Profits. So if somebody who is into CrossFit and they see my username, when my bot, which we're going to talk about in just a second, when my bot goes to like their picture, their CrossFit picture, when my bot goes to like their Instagram account, they're going to get a message on their phone, like a notification on their phone when they log into their Instagram account, and they're going to see that CrossFit Profits just liked their photo or just followed them. And if they see that, like if my name was just, if I had this just as Lisa Torres, well, that's not a targeted niche. They're going to be like, oh, it's just some person liking my stuff. But if they see it says CrossFit Profits or anything that is compelling enough to them to get them want to get back to your profile to see what is this CrossFit Profits? What? CrossFit Profits? What's that? Let me go click on their bio and go see what this is about. They will get curious and they will come by your profile and check you out. And when they do, the very first thing they're going to see is this. And this is why when you're talking to the niche, you know, when you're updating when you're updating your description, you have to talk to the niche, because that's the second thing they're going to see. And then the third thing that they're going to see is your call to action, which is basically, making up to $16.50 a day online using this system. And they're going to click it and they're going to go back to your capture page. Now, I want to talk a little bit about capture pages too. I talked a little bit about bridge pages before. I talked a little bit about capture pages, but here's something that I want to point out to you guys. For those that are creating your own capture pages, which is something that I highly recommend that you do when it comes to Instagram marketing, because you want everything to be congruent with each other. Let me show you what I mean. When someone comes to my profile and they see, you know, this verbiage here, and they see using this system and they click it, here's what they're going to see. So let's go to my capture page right now. I'll show you an example. They're going to see what? It looks like what they love, CrossFit. And so my message is basically the same, pretty much almost the same as what it says inside of the Instagram account. Discover how CrossFit fanatics are making up to $16.50 per day online in their spare time. And you can too when you plug into a simple automated system. Yes, show me the system. And then they go through the system. When they opt in, they'll see your video with your results or whatever it is that you have, and then they're taken to the sales page. It's a simple process. Very simple process. Okay? Let me go back. Which is the reason why I create my own capture pages for each niche. Let me go back and see if you guys have any questions. Can you talk more about capture pages when it comes to a specific niche? Okay, well, I just covered that. Do you have a unique capture page for each niche? Yep, I just covered that, Jose. So hopefully that answered your question. Will I have 5, Stacy wants to know, will I have 5 separate Instagram apps on my phone if I create 21 Instagram accounts? No. You can only have 1 app on your phone. When I talked about 5 Instagram accounts, what I meant by that was your app only allows you to create up to 5 Instagram accounts yourself. but you can log into as many Instagram accounts as you want. So when I talked to you before about using Fiverr, the Fiverr girl, to create your 11 Instagram accounts for you, right? It's because you can only create 5 on your app. So you have to use the Instagram account girl to create the rest of the accounts for you. But once she sends you your username and login, and you go in there and you customize your Instagram accounts, you can log into 100 Instagram accounts from your one app. Okay, it's only the creation. It's only up to 5 accounts that you can create on the app, but you can log into an unlimited amount of accounts on one app. Okay, let me continue. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, this is pretty much a new Instagram account. I think I've been running this for about a month now or so. As you can see, it's already up to over 3,200 followers. Okay, and I have 305 posts. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about pictures that you're going to be putting inside of these niches. Now, I'm going to talk to you about what I've been doing and what I just now started doing that's getting better results. This second one actually takes a little bit more time, but it gets better results. So I'll talk about that in just a second. So the first kind of picture that I usually, the types of pictures that I usually post on the Instagram niche accounts is obviously related to the niche, right? So I'm not going to put a picture of a boat on a CrossFit account because it doesn't make sense. So as you can see, if you look at my niche accounts, everything is CrossFit related, right? Everything has to do with working out, this CrossFit thing, or maybe some motivational quotes to, you know, that have to do with working out. Okay, so it's very specific to the niche. Now I'm going to go over some basic pictures, and then I'm going to go over some of the more advanced call to action kind of pictures. So let's look at this recent one that was posted. Okay, so this is just a regular picture that was taken from online. The two places that I usually get my images from is Google Pictures and Pinterest. Google Pictures and Pinterest. You can get them from wherever you want, but those are the two places that I usually go to get my pictures. If I, Google any kind of CrossFit keyword, I usually grab the keywords and do some research on Pinterest. So for example, what we talked about earlier, we talked about Iconosquare, how you can go there and find the keywords for that particular niche. I just play around with those hashtags on Instagram. On Pinterest too. And I just screenshot. What I do personally is I open up I have a Pinterest app on my phone, right? And what I'll do is I'll open up my app, and then I will type in one of those hashtags or keywords, okay, in the search bar that is related to that niche, okay? And then I'll just scroll through, and if I find a really cool picture that is that's related to CrossFit, for example, this niche, I will open up the image and make it big on my phone, and then just take a screenshot on my phone, and then go straight to my Instagram account, log in, and upload it. Instagram will instantly crop it for you. Okay, so they'll instantly crop it for you. They'll size it perfectly for you. You don't have to worry about that. So that's one of the things that I do. You can also do the same thing with on Google. So if you go to Google and do a keyword research for that specific niche, you're trying to find a picture for, and then you just basically make it big on your phone, take a screenshot of it, and then go straight to upload it to your Instagram account. Make sense? Okay. So that's what we do. So for example, it was this picture that we found, and what we'll put here is just a simple sentence or 2 or 3 sentences long, right? And then it will go to basically my intentions, which is showing them how to take their CrossFit love, the passion, and turn it into an online business. Okay, so it'll be, I'll show you a few examples here. So in this case, it's how bad do you want it? Right, so that's the quote. How bad do you want it? Discover how CrossFit fanatics are creating financial and time freedom, sharing their passion for it online in their spare time. Go to, and here's a trick. The reason why we do at my username, it's my username for this account, is so that it makes it easier for the person to click it and go to your profile to see the link to click it. So that's why we do that. So I'll say at CrossFit, I'm sorry, at CrossFit_profits and click link in bio. So I'm telling them what to do. This is so important right here. If I didn't put this, it probably wouldn't go back to the account, most of them. But they're going back to my account and they're clicking on the link in the bio because I told them to. Okay. The next thing that you want to notice here is that I have some CrossFit hashtags. You could use 3 to 5 hashtags. It doesn't have to be like 30 hashtags or anything like that. It could be like 3 to 5 hashtags, and these hashtags were taken from my Kano Square. That people are actually searching for these hashtags. So somebody might come across this picture if they put in, you know, let's say CrossFit Love, and they're doing a search for CrossFit Love. They'll see my picture. They'll see my username. They'll say, CrossFit Profits, what's that? And they'll go back to my profile and they'll see my link, and then they'll opt in, and then I'll get a lead, and then I'll make a sale maybe, right? So that's the process. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, here's another one. You know, just a, you know, a picture with a quote. We put love it. LOL. Discover how CrossFit fanatics are creating financial and time freedom online in their spare time. Go to at CrossFit Profits and click the link in bio. Hashtags. Super simple. Okay. Now let's go to the more advanced pictures. This is going to require, which is something that we're definitely not going to be doing a lot of. Maybe 1 picture a day or 1 picture a week like this, whatever, and we'll fill our accounts with it because people actually do scroll through your profile pictures and look at all your pictures. So they'll see this eventually. So we started testing this process here where we're putting our call to action on the actual image. So what you see here, these green words and this green and black down here is something that we created in an app called Photofy. Let me put it inside the chat room so you guys could get it. Photofy. Okay, so you can go in there, but pretty much create, you know, just put words or whatever. Angie wants to know, do you put a call to action to click the link in your bio in every post? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so it's called Photofy. That's one of the apps that we use. There's another app called, what was the other one? Let me see, hold on. Font Studio. Font Studio is another one. I'll put that in the chat room too. Font Studio. Okay. Now again, this is time consuming. Which is why you're probably not going to be doing this a lot. However, it gets better results as far as leads. Okay, your leads will go up when you start doing images like this. So again, this is very time consuming because you have to not just go and find the image, but now you have to put the image inside the app, and then you have to customize the page. You got to put the, you know, organize the words the way you want to. And it's like this whole big ordeal that takes about 10 minutes for the picture just to get it right, just to then finally go into Instagram and upload it. So something that we've been testing, and we noticed that the leads actually did go up. Okay. Again, this is time consuming, so you're probably not going to do this very often. Maybe you want to outsource this part and have somebody else do the pictures for you. I don't know, but just understand that this strategy works. However, it's time consuming. So you decide which route you want to go. You want to keep it simple because Simplicity works too. All these simple ones still get great results. We just noticed that these kind of pictures get better results. I'll show you another one. Okay, so we took this image here, which already had the quote on it, and we put our own words on it. Turn your passion for CrossFit into profits. Click link in bio to find out how. And same thing, you know, we'll just keep it very simple. I am, instead of like going straight into the pitch, we just put like a sentence or two, or maybe three. I am, I do, I will. Discover how CrossFit fanatics are making up to blah, 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 blah. Same thing. Click the link in bio, hashtags. It's the same process, okay? So you just put a sentence or two or three, and then you go into telling them what to do, okay? Here's another one that we did. Same thing. Very simple, one sentence. Breakthrough self-limitations. Find out how. We put hashtag CrossFitters are making up to $16.50 per day online in their spare time. Go to blah, 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 hashtag. Super simple. Super simple stuff. Okay. So yeah, so that's something that we've been testing, and it's been working pretty well. These last 3 images that we posted definitely got more leads. Okay, people actually like the big words. They like to see the pictures and the big call to actions. Let me see if you guys have any questions. No, I can't do a training video on how to use PhotoFi because I can't show my phone on the computer. But it's very easy to use. I mean, I'm sure you can find something on YouTube. Maybe somebody has a video on it. But if you just install the app and go in and start playing with it, you'll see how simple it is to use. You just put words on pictures. That's it. Okay. So let's go to the next section. Now, before I move into the next section, tell me just if you guys have any questions about everything that we just talked about now up until this point. Let me know inside of the group or the chat room. Let's see. Okay, hold on. All right, what we're going to talk about next is the automation process. The automation process. Now, when it comes to Instagram, if you have a few accounts, you might want to do this manually, okay? But if you have tons of accounts, this whole logging into each account, liking pictures, following people manually, it's like a full-time job. And you don't want to do that. And that is where automation comes in to play, because let me see, you guys have, okay, so great content. How often do you post per day, and any favorite times of the day? That's an awesome question, Valerie. Usually, well, when I first started, when you want to get your account up and going with tons of pictures, I would suggest that you post 3 times a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once at night. You pick your times. Okay, you pick the times. There really is no specific time. You know, we usually post, let's say around 10 a.m. in the morning, and then again probably around 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then again around 8 or 9 at night. So that's usually the standard on what we do, but you can pick your own times. There's a lot of statistics out there that say, oh, you should be posting at a certain amount of times. I don't find it to be true with my experience, okay, because I tested their times and I didn't see anything change, okay? So pick your own times. It's whatever times work for you. I would suggest 3 times a day when you're first getting the account up and running. Maybe do that for the first week, and then you can scale back and just do 2 times a day. Okay, so it could be, 1 in the morning, maybe around 10, 11, or 9, or whatever time. Time doesn't matter. As long as the picture is up there, people will see it. And then again at night. Okay, and then once you have, tons and tons of pictures, if you want to continue on with the 2 a day, you can do that. If you're doing it yourself, it's going to become overwhelming, so you might want to scale back to 1 a day if you have tons of Instagram accounts. But don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to outsource it later on in this training. Okay, but right now we're going to talk about the automation process, because I know a lot of you had questions about automation, and really, this is the secret sauce. This right here is the ninja. This is the ninja. So let's talk a little bit about the ninja. Again, if you have, let's say, maybe 5 Instagram accounts that you're going to start with, right? Hold on a second. Okay, so if you have, let's say, if you're just going to be doing 5 Instagram accounts and you want to do all that liking and commenting and following people one by one, hey, that's your thing if you want to do it. Me, I don't have time for that. So I like to use a bot called, and we'll go there now. It's a bot called Instagress. And I'm going to put this inside of the chat room as well. And I'm going to actually log into, I'm actually logged into my, I put that inside the group as well. That's the bot that I use. What I'm showing you now, because I didn't want to, I created a dummy account just so that when I do my trainings, because I have another Instagress account, so when I do my trainings, I don't want people to see all of the Instagram accounts that I have and snatch my ideas. So right now I'm just going to show you 2 that I have. Well, it's actually a few of them that I have here, but I'll show you these 3 right here. Okay, so this one, let's just look at, let's say this one right here. Okay. The first thing that you need to do is when you go here, you need to, actually, let me log out of this one and go into my other one. Hang on a second. I think that was actually the one that I have tons of accounts with. There we go. Okay, yeah, this is my dummy account here. Okay. So right now you only see that I have 2 accounts in this one running. Let me see. So what you would do is you would just go and you'll create an account. And then what you'll do is that you'll click add account. And you're going to get this pop-up. All you need to do is put in your username and password to the account. Okay, so for whatever account that you have, for each Instagram account, you're going to do it this each time for each account. So this is for 1 account. So username, password for that 1 account. You go in, then you add another one, and another one, and another one. Now when you're in here, let me make my screen bigger so you can see. When you're in here, you're going to go to settings. Okay, so let me go to the settings area. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about this section right here. First of all, before I get into this, let me tell you the price for these Instagram accounts if you're going to be using this bot. This is the one that I typically use, which is 30 days for $10, which is 33 cents per day. Now, I don't know if you have ever done Facebook PPC or YouTube PPC, but that stuff, hold on guys. Sorry, now Rusty is driving me crazy trying to get out of the room. So I don't know if you guys have ever done Facebook PPC or YouTube PPC or any kind of PPC, right? There's no way in hell that you're going to be spending 33 cents per day. If anything, you're going to be spending 33 cents per click. Okay? So as you can see, $10 per month to run each account is pretty much nothing. It's pretty, I look at this as no budget at all. Okay? Because if you're going to be doing any other form of paid advertising, you're going to be spending a pretty penny. So it won't be 33 cents per day. If you're lucky, it will be 33 cents per click. And that can add up to about, you know, $20, $30 a day if that's what you set your budget to. So this, what you see right here, is so stinking cheap, it's not even funny. Okay? So it's $10 for 30 days. If you want to buy extra time, you can. They have packages, so you can even bring it down to 22 cents per day and buy it for the whole year. So if you have like a big budget, I don't know, maybe $1,000 you just want to put on for the whole entire year, you can do that for as many Instagram accounts that you want. Instagram allows you to run unlimited amounts of Instagram accounts in here. So if you have 100 Instagram accounts, then go ahead and put 100 Instagram accounts in here. Just know that you'll be paying $10 for each account, or, you know, $80 a year for each account, which is 22 cents per day for each account. Okay? But typically I use the $10 per month. And the reason why I do that, or that I started doing that, was because sometimes I will create an Instagram account that was a bomb. It didn't work. It just bombed. It was just flat out. It sucked. The lead flow sucked. The sales sucked. So I just basically just changed it out to something else. So that's pretty much why I use the $10. But again, you can use whatever package that you want. Okay, so with Instagram, let me just say this with Instagram. If you're going to be running bots on Instagram, like this one, do not use the comment section. Do not. Here's why. Because there's so many other marketers out there using bots, and they're using the comments. And usually when people, because I get it all the time on some of my photos, where I'll see somebody come in and like post the same comment on like 10 of my photos. That's how I know that they're using a bot. It's so clear that they're using a bot, and it's just so spammy, and it's like not personable. I just don't like it at all. So I never used this feature right here, comments, at all. It stays off always. Okay. What I do use is the likes feature, the follows feature, and the unfollows feature. Now, the only time I use, and you might want to take a note of this, the only time I use the unfollows feature is when my Instagram account has reached 7,500 followers. If it hasn't reached 7,500 followers, like this one, it's only up to 5,900, I will just keep that bot running on follows. So once my account reaches 7,500 followers, right, that I'm following 7,500 people, then what I typically do is at night, and sometimes I may forget and leave it on for the whole night, but at night, I'll come in here, I'll stop it like this, like I'll stop it, and I'll do this for each account. So I'll stop it, and then I will just click unfollow, and then I'll start it. And I typically usually do this around 9 o'clock at night and let it run to about midnight or 1 o'clock or whenever I go to bed, because I go to bed late. You could do it whatever times you want. You could do it in the morning or in the afternoon or whatever. My time frame is usually between 9 and 12. I'll do the unfollows. And then right before I go to bed, I'll just log into the account, I'll stop all of my bots running, and then I will put it back to follows. So I just click stop. And then I'll click follows, and then I click start again. And I keep it moving. And that will run for the rest of the night. Now, sometimes I'll go to bed and I completely forgot to actually go in here and turn my bots back to follows. Not a big deal. All it's going to do is keep unfollowing people. Who cares? When you wake up in the morning, you start it all over again. You turn them back to follows. Not a big deal. second section, and you can see the settings that I have it on. It's going to be normal, tags, new media only. I usually keep that unchecked. Filters at 0, maximum filter is at 100. Don't comment same users, I check that one. Follow source, I keep that standard. Don't follow the same users, I make sure that that's checked. Don't follow private users. I usually make sure I'm going to make sure that that's checked, but this is like a new feature. So I'm going to have to stop the bot when I'm done with you guys and go back in here and check that, because I definitely don't want to follow private users. So I'm definitely going to be checking that feature because that's a new one. Unfollow source, you can leave that standard. It's usually just stuck on Instagram. Unfollow who don't follow me, absolutely make that a check mark. Here's a new, this is a new feature here, locations. So you can add up to 50 locations. So you could target like different cities, different countries, whatever, you can target them right there. The usernames. Also, if you want to add usernames of other people who have like big followings, you can add usernames to follow their followers or followings. And you can add up to 20 big name people in here, or people that have huge amounts of followers. You can actually add their names in there. In this section here, in the tag section, you're going to see, okay, in this section here, you're going to see some, when you add your account to here, you're going to see some default tags here. You could just delete all of them by just clicking this X. I can't do it now because the bot is actually running right now, but you just delete the X and start adding your own. And the way to start getting these is by going back to Instagram, Iconosquare. And this is where you're going to take all your stuff. So let's say your Instagram account was Raw Foods. So you go here and you take all of these hashtags and you put them inside of your this account here. Once you add them one time, you never have to touch them again. So you just add them all. Okay. And if you have like, if you have like more that you want to add, because you can add unlimited tags in there. So if I wanted to put like, let's say healthy foods, and add that to that niche, I could do that as well. So you see healthy foods gets a lot of whatever, because it's kind of like in the same niche anyway, just different keywords. So I can actually take those keywords and add them to the bunch. Okay. All right. So as far as the comments section, also when you log in for the very first time, you're going to see a bunch of comments there by default. Delete all of them. You don't want to use them. And down here, I never touch any of these auto stop settings. I keep everything at 0. Okay, so those are the settings. And once you're done, you're done. And all you have to do is log into this daily, and you'll be able to see your remaining balance. Like for right now, this account, I have 31 days left because I have bought a big package. So I have 31 days left. So that's going to just be running on autopilot for me, and this is how you do automation. So let me explain to you what's happening here with this bot. So this bot, what it does is it goes out and it's liking and following, because I have those marked as red, right? So it's going out there to like and to follow these tags that I put down here. So anybody who, in this case, I'm targeting, what am I targeting here? It Works, right? The company It Works. What it's doing is all of the hashtags that I put here, and you don't have to put the symbol hashtag. You could just put the word. I just basically copy and paste like this. Just copy, and then dump it in here. So you don't have to put the actual symbol hashtag. You could just put in the keyword. So what's happening is this bot that's running, like I just started it a few minutes ago. So as you can see here, it already liked 2. It already followed 1. These people are actually seeing right now, if they're on their Instagram account right now, they're seeing that my Instagram account just liked or followed them. Okay, so they're seeing that right now on their phone if they're on their phone. If not, they'll see it in later when they log in. And what the bot is doing is it's just basically going to find, like, say, for example, this one here says it works, just it works, right? So what it's doing is it's going out to find every single person who is using the tag it works. So let's put it works and see how many pictures that. Look at that. All those people, what is that? 1.5 million photos of people that are using or that are hashtagging their photos with the word it works, hashtag it works in it, right? And so what my bot is doing is it's going out there and it's tapping them on the shoulder. Hey, hi, I like your photo. Hi, I just followed you. Hi. Oh, it works, boom. Hi. What's happening is that these people are getting notifications that your account is liking and following them, and this is all on autopilot because you're not doing it manually, and then you'll see the numbers start growing here. And so it's just working for you while you're out doing your business. And the only thing that you have to focus on is adding pictures to your account. That's it. Super simple, right? So stinking simple. Okay, let me get back to some questions here. Everyone wants to know, how are you tracking? Just keeping it basic. For example, you know that your CrossFit list is getting leads or not in Aweber. Yes, what happens is let me log into my Aweber account. I can't log into my email account right now to show you, because if I do, I'm logged into a separate email address. So I can't really show you, or we're going to get locked out of this this Hangout. But what you could do is, hold on a second. Let's see. Wow, I'm up to 100 leads today. Amazing. Yesterday was 92. Okay, and this is basically mostly from Instagram. So the way that I'm tracking is, if you, like for example, let me make this a little bit bigger. For this CrossFit niche, I got 2 leads today, 3 leads yesterday from that niche. If we go here, I have this other niche here that's running on Instagram. That one got 4. Here's another one. This is another one, another funnel. That one got 18 today. So I'm just looking at the accounts that are actually getting leads, and I'm just going here and seeing what's working. Here's this Instagram workshop, got 52 leads. My Law of Abundance, I have a Law of Abundance niche account on Instagram that got 6 leads today, 2 yesterday. And you see the leads are low, like my scrapbooking niche got 4 today. My teacher's niche got 2 today. So as you can see, the leads are low, which is why you need to have a bunch of Instagram accounts. Remember, I told you I have 21 Instagram accounts. 21. And I'm working on, like, my number is 50. I'm trying to get to 50. Okay. Where'd I go here? Okay. So yes, that's how I'm tracking. So when the leads are coming through, you know, through Aweber or GetResponse or whatever, you could just log into the account and see which accounts are running. So you're not going to get like 50 leads from one Instagram account. You're going to get like 3 here today, 5 yesterday. They're going to start coming in. But when you add, if you have like a bunch of Instagram accounts, which is why I'm getting like 40, 50, 60, even up to 100 leads a day, is because I have several Instagram accounts. And when you tally up all of those leads that are coming in and the sales that are coming in, you'll see that they're coming in from different niches. But they're all funneling in through the same thing, which is my business opportunity, or, you know, on the business side, or on the customer side, getting them in to use the service and get the training. So either way, they're all coming in from different angles. And so, you know, that's I hope that answered your question, Avram. Comments will get you banned eventually. Exactly. Trina says, so good. Avram says, it's true. I still consider this no-cost marketing. Exactly. To me, it's no cost. Because it is free leads. At the very end of the day, it's free. All you're doing is paying to run the bot, which is, like I said before, dirt cheap compared to the amount of money I used to spend on Facebook PPC ads, which can be, I was spending about $20 a day and not even getting the results that I'm getting now on Instagram. So this is cheap to me. Create yourself a budget and just stick to it. Get rid of your damn cable bill or something. You're blowing our minds, Lisa. Thank you, Angie. Trina says, awesome, great content. Okay, good. All right. Let me go back to Instagram and see if I had anything else to cover as far as the bot is concerned. No, if you're on this page, all you have to do is click back to dashboard. And if you want to add a new account, you just click here and just add the username and password to that account. And then follow the same process again. Go in there to Iconosquare, get your hashtag, set up the bot to do the work for you. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We are 2 hours in. I think we're pretty much done. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take any last minute questions. I'm trying to think about, let me see something. Hold on 1 second and let me see something. I think there was something else I wanted to share with you guys. Give me a minute. Let's see. No, that's not it. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead and add them inside of the group, and I'll get to it in a second. Oh, yes. One more thing I wanted to cover. The last thing I wanted to talk about tonight is outsourcing. Okay, because right now I handle about 5 Instagram accounts, me personally. Okay, right now all the Instagram accounts that I have are outsourced. I get somebody else to go find the pictures and go upload them to my Instagram account. I just basically taught them what to do, okay? Now I have assistants that help me with my stuff. I'll show you a resource that you can start, you can hire someone to help you with your Instagram account. I've used this service before. It's called Odesk, and I will put it inside of the chat room so you can take note of that link there. Yep, outsourcing. I have one lead magnet that's pretty sexy for a few micro niches, so I just got to figure out how to use the same link and still track effectively. Perhaps just buy some $1.99 domains on GoDaddy and roll with that. Okay, so here's what you could do. Here's something that I do, Avram. I have a hosting account, okay, with GoDaddy. And I'm sorry, not with GoDaddy, with HostGator. Okay, HostGator is my hosting account where I have, you know, a ton of different domains hosted on, right? But like, for example, let me show you something here. You see this site, this URL, let me make it a little bit bigger, and hopefully you'll follow me because this is a little confusing, especially for people who don't understand this kind of lingo. So you might be watching this like, huh? I don't get it. But I'm not going to teach you too much about this, so if you understand it, hopefully you pick it up because this is super simple to do. So what you could do, and this is going to work with lead pages as well. So I hope you follow me on this one to answer your question, Amber. So what I do is I have one domain. It's called iWriteMyPaycheck.com, right? And as you can see, it says / and then CrossFit, which is, it could be whatever the niche is. So let me show you an example. Inside of your hosting account where you, okay, so you buy your domain and then you host it on your hosting account. It could be GoDaddy, it could be HostGator. I use HostGator. So you get the domain, you host it. Then you install WordPress to it, okay? And then you log into the WordPress account, which I'm going to do right now. So let me log in, and then I'll kind of show you what I do for tracking. Okay, so as you can see, you see right here where it says lead pages, okay? When you go to lead pages, when you create your capture pages on lead pages, what you could do is when you install, if you go into lead pages, you're going to see that you could host your capture pages on WordPress. When you click that button, you're going to see a WordPress button that when you click it, it's going to download the plugin to your computer. You just basically go here to plugins and then you install it. So you add new and you install the lead pages plugin to your WordPress account on that one domain. Okay, so all my capture pages sit on one domain. No matter what niche it is, I have one domain for everything. So what you do is when you go to your lead pages thing, it says add new, right? So you go to add new and you'll see a list of your, the pages that you create inside of lead pages. You'll see that it's a drop down here and you'll see your domain here. All you have to do is just name it that niche. So for example, if this right here said, I don't know, fitness or yoga, right? So you would just name it yoga because that's the yoga niche. And then you just click publish. I'm not going to click publish because I don't want to turn that into a domain. But I'll show you what happens when you do that. If you go back here and you click lead pages, let's say, for example, I click published. So, for example, I'll show you one of, let me see, my scrapbooking one. Okay, I'll just click on this scrapbooking one. So you just saw the list of the domains that I have. This is the scrapbooking niche that I have on Instagram. So as you can see, my domain is iwritemypaycheck.com/scrapbooking. Okay, so yours would be whatever it is that your niche is. And this is a lead pages capture page. So I created a custom capture page for that niche, right? And then what you do is at the end of the URL, now you don't have to do this, but this is something that I do anyway. You can put / T, like Tommy, the =, and then IG. And I just put that for Instagram. And that's how I do my tracking. So that this way, let's say, for example, I was posting this link, iwritemypaycheck.com/scrapbooking. Let's say I wanted to run a Facebook PPC campaign for that, right? But I created this page for Instagram, but I also want to use it for Facebook PPC campaign or a YouTube video, SEO video or whatever. Well, I would just take that out and just put maybe like Facebook or FB or, YT for YouTube, so that when I do get the lead and the notification from Aweber that I got the lead, it will say, oh, that lead just came from your scrapbooking page on YouTube or your scrapbooking page on Facebook, right? So you put whatever you want here. So the code is / T = and then whatever you want your tracking code to be. It could be a word, it could be a word with a date, it could be whatever you want it to be. So I hope that answered your question, Avram. This is amazing. Thanks for all the research. You're welcome. Outsourcing. Yes. So let's get back into outsourcing. Let me get out of these pages here. So what you could do is you can find someone from this site. This is like a place where freelancers go to offer their services and where you can go to hire them. You can find somebody in the Philippines, and I recommend that you use people in the Philippines, you can go and find someone who will post to your Instagram, and you can hire them. Like, you set your own price that you want to hire them for. You can get someone for like $2 or $3 an hour. Let me repeat that. You can hire someone from the Philippines to do to upload to your Instagram accounts for $2 or $3 per hour. Or you could do them yourself. Now, I'll give you a kind of like an example of how long it usually takes to just upload the pictures to Instagram. For me, because I've tested this, so I already know the numbers. If I post to Instagram, I have 21 accounts, right? It usually takes me about 45 minutes to log in, log out, log in, log out, log in, log out, posting the pictures to each Instagram account each time. So if I'm going to be doing it, let's say 3 pictures a day, it's going to take me 45 minutes in the morning to post to 21 accounts, 45 minutes in the afternoon to post to 21 accounts, and 45 minutes at night to post to 21 accounts. Okay? So as you can see, if you're going to be posting it 3 times a day, that is time consuming. And again, I don't have time for that because I have better things to do with my time. And that's where outsourcing comes in, because you don't want to do it, hire someone else to do it, or you do it yourself, right? Either way, you have to pay because it's not free. You either pay with your time or you pay with money. If you have the time to sit there and post to 20 Instagram accounts for 40, 45 minutes a day, do it if you can't afford it. Do what you got to do. But if you have the money, outsource it, because there's somebody in the Philippines that would be happy to work for you for $2 to $3 an hour. Okay? And if you just want to post 1 picture a day, that's fine too. Because then that's only 45 minutes worth of your time to post to 20 Instagram accounts. This is your project. You run it the way that you want to do it. For me, I like to use bots to automate stuff, and I like to outsource and give it to my assistants to do it for me because I don't want to do it. I just don't. I've done it before, and I just personally don't want to do it. I'd rather be hanging out at the pool or something. So let's see. Any more questions? How much do you pay per person if you don't mind sharing, and how long did it take for you to train them? Okay, you can hire someone. For my assistants, I don't pay them anything because I coach them for free. Okay, so right now I have 5 assistants that help me with my 21 Instagram accounts. So each of them have about 5 Instagram accounts each that they manage for me. So they're more like my interns. So if you want to find some interns to work with you and do it for you while you maybe give them some coaching like I do, you could do that. If you don't have the ability and the status to do that, then go ahead and outsource someone from the Philippines and have them help you. What you could do is set up, if you're going to hire someone, well, either way, you could just either do one or 2 things. You can shoot a video on how to do it, or you can get on Skype and teach them how to do it, or Google Hangout or whatever. But you have to teach them how to do it, and the best way to teach them how to do it is all you have to do is give them the login number. The username and password for each account, because that's all they need, right? So you give them the username and password for each account, and then you say, okay, here's the niche. I want you to go to Pinterest or Google or whatever, and the same way that you would do it, find the picture, take a screenshot, open up your Instagram account, upload it to that account, and then, put everything that I talked about. This is what you're going to teach them to do. So you're going to teach them to, on the picture, let me make it smaller. On the picture, this is what they're going to write. See, I personally, I didn't write this. One of my assistants did it for me. She put, love it, LOL, discover how CrossFit fanatics are creating financial and time freedom online in their spare time. Go to @CrossFit Profits and click the link in bio. Hashtags. And so as you can see, my assistant, one of my assistants who managed this account, she also manages 4 other accounts for me. And so as you can see, right now, she posts on my account twice a day. So as you can see, today's the 6th. You can see the date right there. Today's the 6th. Today's the 6th. That's 2. Once in the morning, once at night. Yesterday on the 5th, she did twice. Well, actually, no, she did once. Or yesterday was Sunday, so no, actually, what was yesterday? Thursday. I don't even know what day it is, to be honest. So she only posted one, two there, right? On the 3rd, she posted one. On the 2nd, she posted one. On the 1st, she posted one. So as you can see, it's about 1 to 2 a day. She'll just go in and post for me. She's managing not only mine, but she's managing hers too. Okay? And in exchange, because remember, she's an intern. In exchange, I'm treating her like she is my team member. And like, you know, I'm coaching her to get results inside of her business. So, you know, we're washing each other's hands. You rub my back, I'm going to rub yours. You work with me, I'll work with you. Do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. And I'll coach you to success. And so now I have 5 interns working for me for free in exchange for my training. And I'm teaching them like they're my own team members that I personally sponsored. I treat them like they're mine because I appreciate that the work that they put in for me, because I know that, you know, this could be time consuming. It could be a dedicated commitment for uploading Instagram accounts every day. So the reason why I got 5 interns was because I thought it was too much to give somebody 20 Instagram accounts for one person. It's just too much, especially if they're trying to build their business and especially if they're trying to build their Instagram accounts. So I got 5 interns, you know, and each of them have about 5 accounts. Okay. So when they post the photos, it doesn't mess with Instagram automation? No. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Here's what will mess with Instagram automation. Liking, commenting, and following manually on the app. Don't do that. Let the bot do it. You don't have to worry about liking. You don't have to worry about commenting. You don't have to worry about following. Don't do that. Okay? Just let the bot do its job. All you have to do is focus on uploading the pictures or getting somebody else to upload them for you. Do you know your numbers pretty well now? How are your conversions per 100 leads into your offer? Just trying to get an idea of what to benchmark against as we stand. Yes, I do know my numbers right now. My average, I mean, some days are a little bit higher than others, but my average is about 40 leads a day and about 1 to maybe 3 sales a day. Okay. Some days, and every day is a little bit different. That's average, right? Some days I could get tons of leads and no sales. And some days I could get, you know, my average 40 to 50 leads in a day, make no sales, but then all of a sudden the next day I have like, you know, 14 sales in a day. Or like the other day I had 7 sales in a day. I think it was yesterday I closed the night with 7 sales. Today I only made 2. So every day is going to be a little different, but the numbers are consistent as far as leads and sales coming in. Do you outsource? Do the outsourcers find the images to post also? Yes, they do. Because I have them, I mean, they know that if it's a yoga niche, they need to post yoga pictures. If they know that if it's a raw food niche, they need to post raw foods, right? So it has to be congruent with the niche. Do your new members expect you to teach them Instagram when they come in? How would you deal with that expectation since we don't have this kind of training in our opportunity? I save it, I reserve it for my all-in members. They want to get these kind of results, they have to be all in. It's as simple as that. If not, I mean, I can give them the basic stuff. You know, I'm using Instagram. Go create some accounts. I mean, most of them are coming in through Instagram, so they already know how to get it, how to use it, but they're not getting the kind of results that I'm getting. If they want the results, they got to pay for it. It's not free. Just like, you know, some of you are in my opportunity, Justin, 7-figure earner. He does the same thing with his Facebook PPC training. You want his training, got to get all in. It's a bonus. You get it for free. Otherwise, you got to pay for it. They can easily pay for it. I'll charge them if I'll sell it to them if they want it, but they're not getting it for free. Do you use videos or just pictures? I just use pictures. I mean, I've tested videos and stuff before, but I'd rather just post pictures because they're just so easier and quicker to do them. So there are no programs that can automate the posting of pictures like Hootsuite. There was, and it got shut down. Yeah, so no. You have to do them manually, unfortunately, which is why I got my interns. Love it. Thank you, Lisa. You're welcome. Do you have, okay, so I answered that. Post the photos, it doesn't mess, okay, so I answered that. Brilliant, Lisa, that was that perfect explanation. Thank you, thank you. Also, this is amazing. Awesome. No, let me see this sexy micro niches. So I got to figure out how to use the same link and still check. Oh, we talked about that already. Yeah. Let me try to see if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good. Let me stop the recording here and put my face back on. All right. So if you guys have any more questions, you know, give me some feedback on the stuff that I taught you today. Did you think it was stupid? Did you love it? Did you think it was brilliant? What was your thoughts? I want to know. Over-delivered on value. Thank you so much. Thank you, Angie. You're welcome. Have you tried running the bot on fast versus normal speed? No, I have not, but you can test it if you want to. I just basically followed the guideline for Instagress. Instagress, when you log in, you'll be able to see like a guide. I just followed that guide and followed the rules because I didn't want to take any chances getting shut down. Normal is working just fine, and I don't want to mess with it and then mess everything up. So I just keep it at normal. Thank you very much. We appreciate the value and time. Loved it. You're welcome, Jose. You're welcome, Valerie. Okay, so no more questions. I'm taking it. So is this a fun Friday night? Let me tell you guys, this is the first, let me tell you, for the past 8 months, people have been coming to me, asking me, begging me for this training, begging me, what are you doing on Instagram? What are you doing on Instagram? And honestly, I wasn't going to share it with anyone. I wasn't going to share it with anyone because this is too much. It's too gold. It's too valuable, right? I was only going to share it for my all-in members. But then I just had so many people asking me, can you do a training? Can you do a training? Can you do a training? Whatever. So I decided to do the workshop. So thank you very much, everyone, for participating in tonight's workshop. I hope that, you know, everything that you learned tonight was of value to you and that you're actually going to go out there and implement everything that I taught you tonight. It's very simple. Niche accounts, niche accounts, niche accounts. That's it. And it doesn't even matter if you're even into the niche. I have some niches that I'm not even into, like scrapbooking, right? I'm not into scrapbooking, but I created the whole entire niche to work for me. Another thing that you can do is if you have like a training, right? So let's say, for example, I did an Instagram training and I had recorded videos on Instagram. I can create a niche account for my Instagram training to teach people, right? And then target specific people that when they come in and get that free whatever they're opting into, then I will sell them on my Instagram training and I can make money with my own products on Instagram. The sky is the limit when it comes to making money, generating leads and making money on Instagram. Fun. Thank you. That was awesome, Lisa. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, in regards to Thank you for showing us. This is it's an important piece that we are missing. I can't wait to implement it. You're welcome, Aaron. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And as far as the replay is going to be live for the next 72 hours. So make sure that you go and watch it this weekend, because after that it is coming down. Make sure that you take all the notes that you can possibly take. Watch it again. Take all the notes, because in 72 hours, the replay comes down, okay? Because I can't keep it up. Because there's tons of people that, maybe they'll get access to this, and I don't want them to get access to it. So 72, can't keep it live. So make sure that you go and watch the replay. You will get an email after this hangout. You're going to get an email with the replay. So make sure that you hold on to that link. Watch it, and then, take as many notes as you can, because in 72 hours, done. Just thought, curious, in your Facebook group, how do you handle the fact that they are all coming from different niches? Here's what I used to do. I used to, let me rephrase, make it a little bit more simpler for you. What I do is I have the niche account that I showed you. Well, I didn't show it to you, but the niche Facebook account that I talked about, the Mastermind with Lisa Torres, those people that are coming in from that account or into that Facebook account, that Facebook group, are coming in from my network marketing niches. Okay. So I have several markets that I'm targeting on Instagram. So I will direct those people to that group. All of the people that are coming on the business opportunity side, and this is a great question, by the way, Valerie, and thanks for bringing it up. All the people that are coming from the business opportunity side, so for example, my iPass business, right? Those people, I don't have a separate group for them. I just basically tell them to go to the iPass Mastermind, because a few things are going to happen in there. First of all, they're going to see that there's over 16,000 people in there, and they're going to see nothing but results. And since they're attached to me on the IP and on my list, they're eventually going to be seeing this iPass thing, and be talking about iPass all the time. The system. They're eventually going to sign up. So I put them in the iPass Mastermind, which was the bigger group, and it's more business opportunity related. And then for my network marketers account, those are the people that I add value, like training and stuff like that, because these people, the network marketers, they have a business opportunity already. They just need training. And so I am there to support them. Whereas the business opportunity people, their mindset is not, I'm building a business yet, right? So it's like, what are you teaching them how to generate leads for when they need to get in first in order to do that? So once they get in, then I add them to my group, because now they're a network marketer. Make sense? To be clear, the autoresponder emails they get relate to their niche, yes. But they get the daily emails from you about business. Okay, so the daily emails that I usually send out to those people are generic. Okay, it's not talking about their niche specifically, but it's talking more about their passion for that thing. Right, so you have a passion for something, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of like trying to get them in the door to buy. Whereas my network marketing niche, those people get a totally separate email, right? So if I have like 20 network marketing companies that I'm targeting, then all those 20 niches are going to get that generic message about how I can help them build their business. Whereas the business opportunity side, all those niches that I'm trying to get in the business opportunity, my language, my message to them would be different. So it would be a different email blast, right? But the autoresponder follow-up emails that are pre-written are talking to them. Same thing with the network marketers. My autoresponders are talking to them. Okay, I think that's the last question. Yeah, that's the last question. All right, guys. Well, that's it for tonight. It's already 10:30. We are 2.5 hours in. It's Friday night. Go have some fun. And if you have any questions, moving forward, just shoot me a message on Facebook, and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Thank you guys, and I will see you maybe on another hangout one day. Peace out.
I came into the community and started following what you were saying,